Hey everybody, Joe here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with Marianne. And before we talk about something else, I'm just gonna, what this video is about is I finished the tree that's in the family room on a snowy afternoon, and I'm gonna be showing you a little bit about how I put that together and also the finished product. But before we get into that,
Okay, we wanted to thank all our Facebook friends, especially Liz.
YouTube friends, you mean?
I'm sorry, YouTube friends. Is this going to be cut out? I don't know what he's
No.
going to do. YouTube friends, especially Liz from Traditions by the Seasons. Is that right?
Yes, thank you, Liz, so much for giving us a shout out yesterday in your video.
Yep, this is actually like, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Thank you so much. Because I didn't know I was going to take credit for Liz saying that it was me that got you over the 10,000. But I actually think it was you and other Facebook, YouTube friends that pushed Joe over. And if you're new to the channel, and I hope you guys like what you see, and I hope you'll tell your friends and share. Is it the channel? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't really know YouTube lingo.
Marianne is stumbling a lot right now
Yes.
today.
Okay, I think we
Because
should.
she's thinking about everything else that she has to do right now.
I think we
I
should.
kind of like twisted her arm to do this today.
Okay, I think we should start over.
No, that's all right. This is fine.
Okay.
What was funny about it was yesterday at lunchtime, Marianne asked me how many subscribers I had. So it was, I think, 9,645. So she said...
Nobody's counting, by the way.
So she said, I guess it's not happening. So I didn't think anything. I didn't think it was going to happen anyway. But I don't know. I checked something because I got a notification that I got a comment. And I looked and I saw a comment that said, thanks to Liz, I found your channel. And I was, thanks to Liz. And I looked right away. And all of a sudden I saw I had over 10,000 subscribers. And then I started I got a message from our friend Lucy. Congratulations. And then...
And Mama.
And then I looked right away on Liz's channel, and I saw the video. And although she said not to look at it,
Of course, he says to me, "Wait, when you're done doing what you're doing, I need you to look at something on TV." I said, "Is it bad?" And he goes, "No, I need you to look at something." I said, "Oh my God, what does that mean?" And then I said, "Did you make the 10,000?" Which, again, thank you, all YouTube friends. And for the new or Joe's old fans and the new fans or new subscribers, we welcome you. Thank you for joining. I always say from our house to your house, especially during these crazy times. It's nice to get to share with other people.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say too that other people in the past have done this for me. Like Liz did this for me before. It didn't work. The Painted South, Deborah from the Painted South.
Yes.
Thank you. She's tried. Arlen, she's tried. Frugalinista, she has tried.
And Joe dumpster dives now, Miss Frugalinista. He won't let me go to a garage sale, but now he'll say, Frugalinista found all this stuff.
But all these great ladies had mentioned me in the past, and I don't know, Liz yesterday just had some Christmas magic, and by last night I had over 11,000. And now I'm closing in on 12,000.
That's why I said, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. And thank you. And the Santa Claus is Liz. Thank you so much. God bless you. And we really appreciate that. Joe was starting to feel bad. But yes, he was. That he couldn't make it. I was thinking, why are you waiting so long? Why are you giving it to Thanksgiving? Thinking that it would go up fast, but it doesn't. So,
No.
And when I look at myself, I'll tell you the truth. When he said he's twisting my arm because I can't believe how bad I look, I said to him, "Joe, I think I have to go for plastic surgery or something." And he said, "Yeah, I have to go too." Instead of saying to me, "No, you don't need that," he was like, "Yeah,
I thought that was nice that I said do whatever you want. If you
No,
want
you said go. That's why I have to go too.
I want some
you didn't
work done
say,
too.
No, you don't have to go. And what's so crazy about it, when I watch the videos, I'm always shocked because I'm turning it slowly but surely. I'm turning into my mother, and I have my grandfathers. They all have that little droopy eye. My mother's cousins on my grandfather's side, and I said, "Oh my God, I'm really turning into them." So, which is a good thing. I guess it's not a bad thing. So that's why he had to twist my arm. But as I said, I love to talk, and I said, "Joe, what are we talking about?" But also, just so you know, Joe wants these skinny pencil trees, right? And then he spends all this time making them fat. So don't quite get it, but I said if we could just buy a
Well, I tried to
a
explain
tree-
it to her, but she didn't understand. When you get a fat tree, you have a fat tree, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you have a skinny tree,
pencil tree.
you can move it where you want, and then make it fatter if you want,
Yeah,
and
fill it
not
in
the
with-
whole back. You know, it's like
Yeah,
you know,
fill it in.
it's. I mean, the house is not tight, but you know, a bunch of trees in your house can make it tight really
Yes,
fast.
I know, a
So,
lot.
you know,
I know.
it's like
Actually,
we don't have one, we have a lot.
The
so.
tree that we had in the foyer, we never used to put the bottom corner piece in that we used to push against it because otherwise it would protrude too much out. And as I also said to you before, even the village, we never used to do the village the way we did it this year because of company and, you know, you have to have like a big walkway. So either we have to get a bigger house or cut
Yeah,
down
well,
on
that
the
would be
trees.
great. But I mean, the trees.
And wait, I forgot who said. Oh, maybe it was Arlen said it was crying glitter, and that was that red dollar store ribbon last year. It was like glitter everywhere. Joe would go to the gym, and somebody would say to him, "Do you know you have glitter on your face?"
Yeah, this is because I haven't gone to the gym because of COVID, but the every year when I'm in the gym, originally the guys used to say, "Do you know you have glitter on your face?" And then eventually they knew what I did because I used to show them the YouTube videos and everything. And then I'd walk in October with glitter on, and they'd be like, "You started already?" You know, they'd know right away.
Because he knew.
As soon
But
as
it
they
is
saw-
kind of funny. And you know those little green, I don't know what they're called. We have a glass covering on our table. The greenery's underneath there. It's like green
Yeah,
everywhere.
the little sprigs off of
Of
the
that
garland
green.
and off the trees.
I think we can make, with all the those little pieces of the greenery, I think with all of that, we probably could have made another tree. That's how
It's
many
like we
cycles-
have a real tree. That's how many
Yeah.
needles.
And actually, you didn't show the kitchen yet, right?
No, I didn't show the kitchen.
Because he actually had a little snowman hanging over the mantle and over the
stove,
stove top. The only thing his feet were hanging over, and I figured his little feet were going to smell like garlic or oil or sausage and peppers or something. So I said to Joe, I think you better move this little snowman because he's going to be smelling like a little Italian
Italian snow person.
snow person. So we
Yeah,
didn't
so,
want to get ruined.
I'm actually going to show you I'm going to just show you that tree today, but then I'll do the family room and the kitchen because it's all on a snowy afternoon. You know, that's the name of it. So we'll show you all of that right before Thanksgiving.
And that was actually funny when Liz showed Joe's drawings because every time I see Joe take out his pencil and thing, I'm thinking, ugh. Because I'm thinking cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Anyway.
And it was
you're
funny
laughing
about when I
that.
saw the drawings too, I thought of one of my YouTube friends, Valerie. Hey, Valerie, out in Idaho, who calls me Uncle Joe, and I love it so much. She asked me this year too. She said, "Where's your drawings? How come I don't see any drawings this year?" And to be honest with you, and Marianne knows, I wasn't really so sure I was doing anything this year, so I didn't do the drawings. So.
Actually, I think for Joe, it's therapeutic. I think he enjoys it so much and the decorating. And I would always, well, again, this is kind of funny. When I first met Joe, I mean, they were always changing their furniture and stuff. And I'd say to them, Joe, people wash stuff and you end up throwing it out and get new. Because I think in my mother's house, we still have, my sister lives there, but we still have the living room furniture from when my grandmother was alive, from 1960, and it's still covered in plastic.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. French provincial.
Everybody's going to be dead, but that couch is going to be okay.
And it's actually very good condition.
But
With the
somebody had
plastic.
just asked too, they wanted to know, one of the new people
the
wanted to know
Italians.
if I was a professional. And no, I was a biology teacher, and Marianne was a biology teacher. And actually, Marianne was my boss in work. She was
and I like to pick Joe.
supervisor of the science department in school. And so we were both scientists. But my family was always very creative. My father used to love to draw and build things, and
Yeah.
my mother embroidery a lot of people in my family play instruments and they paint, and so it was just something
And
that we did.
My family was the gardener and my mother was the cook. But they were more farmers. for real.
But even that, it's like I don't know if it. I
But
don't
my
want to.
grandfather was a visionary. He used to actually like building, and he would actually in the 60s we had a, what do you call that vacuum cleaner, the one in
The
the
one
wall?
in the wall.
The vacuum cleaner in the wall. We used to have a phone that used to be the what what do you call
Cord.
that? The cord would retrieve into the
Wall.
So he kind of was, he liked all that stuff. It was kind of like
But
futuristic.
we're going to do all of that later after all of this stuff. I know people have been asking us to do question and answers, and a lot of people have been saying, you know, they want us to do the Joe and Mary Ann show, and Frugal Anista even said that she wishes that we would have our own reality show because it's better than anything she's been
But
watching
then you
on
won't
TV.
say me, Liam, would I do that to Joe or roll my eyes, which I'm pretending he doesn't say to me. He's pretending. No, he is nice, but Joe is really, really, really creative. And it's funny that Joe just said to you what we did. So as I said to you before, what was crazy was because my mother was such a good cook and she always was doing the cooking. I never paid really much attention to that. I was doing other stuff like schoolwork and doing that kind of stuff. So I took on cooking more after the fact than before. You know, like I didn't pay as much attention before.
I'm just looking at the time. We've been
Okay.
babbling for 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so
Thank you again.
thank you again.
Please, if there's any, if you think you have any friends out there that might enjoy Joe's creations and stuff, we'll look forward to you guys sharing, you know, the channel. And thank you all our YouTube friends for all your love and support. And it's really, really endearing. And it's actually so fills our heart with joy because the people honestly are such caring. So many people out there are such caring people, and you know are worried about us and worried about other people, and it's really beautiful to see.
All right, so just stay tuned for the little video on how I put that tree together, and we'll be seeing you soon. I might put one more video up before Thanksgiving, so we're not saying Happy Thanksgiving yet, but Happy Thanksgiving.
From our house to your house, and blessed Thanksgiving. Please be well. Please be safe. And
Let's
thanks
pray
again.
for an end for this.
Yes, and thanks again for all your love and support. We love you guys.
Okay, stay tuned.
Ciao.
Okay, so it's our early morning today, and I'm going to be working on this 9-foot slimline tree that is in the same room where the village and the other 2 trees are at the opposite end of the room. So this room, if you don't remember, if you're just popping in now, I'm calling on a snowy afternoon. So it's going to continue that theme of the winter wonderland kind of a look. So if you caught my extravaganza tree, it was the same kind of tree like this, and I had widened it out using branches from an old tree. Now I'm not going to be doing that on this tree because it's stuck in this corner over here, and I got it thin like that because I wanted it to be skinny. I am going to be enhancing it with a few different things, but right now what we're going to start with, like usual, I always start with the topper. And I'm going to be using a variety of picks here. You can see I have a lot of glistening, silvery kind of picks that I'm going to be using for my topper. I think I'm also going to be incorporating large snowflakes into the tree, but we'll see how it goes along because it's in my brain, but when I actually, start to do it and it doesn't, resemble what I'm thinking about, I'm going to change it. So hold on a few minutes while I get my stuff together, and then you can join me up on the ladder, again, up on top of that tree. So like I've said in the past, I always like to start with something that's spiky up on the top, and this is what I have available to me. I have these kind of glittery fern-looking kind of pick, and then I have this great one here that has like little discs on it that look like little mirrors that will pick up a lot of light as well. And I want it to look, branchy kind of look. And I also have this one that looks like it has little disco balls on it, but again, it picks up a lot of light. So once it gets stuck in that whole arrangement, it won't look so disco-y. And then I also have these silvery branches. They're a little bit more tarnished looking, which is good because it just, it lets other things become brighter. It's always good to mix dark with light because you don't know how dark something is until there's light there, and you don't know how light something is until there's dark there. So, think about that. And this one also has these tiny little branches, and yep, this comes from Michael's grab bag haul. So let me get up on that ladder and I'm going to start trying to arrange the spiky things first. Okay, so you can see how I started. I started with those ferny kind of picks first. And if you notice, someone had asked me this before, and I addressed it in my lodge style decor room, but I'll just repeat it again. This is a 9-foot tree, and these are 9-foot ceilings. So as you can see, the tree is butted right up against the ceiling. So how do you create the topper in a situation like that? So what I do is I'll actually build down from the top, and I kind of disguise where the top of the tree is. So, in a perfect scenario, like in the foyer, where the foyer is, 24 feet high and this tree is only 12 feet high, you can create this, a gigantic upward topper on it. But in a situation like this, if you're facing this, you just start a little bit below and then you work up towards it and then down below it. Don't wait till the end, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of ornaments in the way up there. So you want to get this done first, especially if you have a situation like this. All right, so you can see where I am so far. And now what I wanted to do is I want to correct this area right in here. So I have these really shiny kind of leaves in here, and this will kind of eat up that space on the top here, kind of hide it so that it looks more like it's just leaves cascading out of the tree. It needs some tweaking, which I'll do off camera because I don't want to bore you with that. But you see, you get the idea. What it does is it'll hide this space up here. Let me fix that, and I'll show you when I get done. All right, so you see what I did up there. I used those leaves, and then I had these other spiky things. They kind of look like, I don't know, like really thick pipe cleaners, kind of. And I did them on each side over that, so it kind of gives it more of a dramatic flair. Because remember, we're stuck up against the ceiling over there, so I have to lower it down. Next thing I'm going to do is I have this this beautiful looking leaf garland right here, but I only have this one piece, and it's about 4 feet long. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding it up underneath those fern leaves. Okay, so now what I'm also doing is, because things are extending out from the sides, I'm going to be adding these crystal looking icicles off of those extensions. So, for example, I don't know if you can see it from there. I have one hanging here, one hanging here. I'm using these to actually, make it look like the ice is dripping from the top of the topper. I'll take a close-up for you later. All right, so I'm taking a close-up of it so you can see that, again, I guess that's my middle name over the top. I wanted it to be a little bit dramatic, because the tree is going to be very silvery and snowy, so it needs some drama, otherwise it just gets wishy-washy. So what I did here was I put the icicles hanging off of the branches just like they really would in real life, right? They wouldn't be leaning against the tree. They hang off of the tree. So that's the topper. The next thing I think I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be inserting some garland that I flocked white just to give it a little bit of a snowy appearance. All right, so next what I did was I took pieces of garland and I snipped it up, and then I added in that, I got it in Home Depot. It's this stuff, it's called orange something. It's not orange, but it's for textured ceilings and walls. It comes in a spray can. It's a mess to use. For real, you need to do it outside with plastic down and wear gloves and everything else, and it has a very, very strong smell. but what's good about it is it doesn't yellow because it's made for a wall. So I did this must be about 4 or 5 years old, and you can see it's perfectly white. It does not yellow at all. So what I'll do with this is I'm going to insert this into the tree, into various spots. I'm going to let it hang out a little bit like this, and it'll give a little bit of a snowy look and at the same time fill in some of those holy spots. All right, so you see how it just gives a little bit of flocking to the tree. It's not, I mean, if you wanted more, you could do more. You could do as much as you want. This is all I want. I just want a little touch of snow hint on the tree. But again, it fills it out a little bit, and it just brings in a little bit of that flocking, snowy kind of look that I need in this room. All right, so next I'm going to work in these giant snowflakes, and we had gotten these in the dollar store a while back, and you know, we bought plenty of them, and I haven't seen them this year. I mean, Marianne and I don't frequent stores that much, you know, with what's going on. I mean, we do like run in and out when it looks like it's a little bit empty. But the couple of times we've been in the Dollar Tree, because that's where these came from, I haven't seen them, but that doesn't mean they're not around. All right, so you can see what I did was I stuck them into the tree that, you know, they're just sticking out. And I mean, it's a little bit different look. It's a big thing on the tree, but you know, again, these skinny trees can handle it. That's what's great about them. They're skinny, and then you can make them wider or not, or whatever you want to do, but it allows you to do, you know, stuff like this. So again, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 of these giant snowflakes in the tree. Next thing I think I'm going to do is I want to use these beads because they're looking white on the video, but they're actually crystal. So I'm going to see how that looks, and then if it looks good, you'll see it. If it doesn't look good, you won't see that. All right, so I put the beads in, and I really don't do them haphazardly. I kind of like measure the distance between each of the loops, and then the length of the loops, and then I come down and I do another row like that, and another row like that, and so on like that. And I know beads are not in vogue right now, but you know what? I really don't care because I like them, and they pick up a lot of light. And I know when I do them, I'm a little bit OCD, obsessive Christmas disorder, OCD, in that I really can't stand when they're just haphazardly placed on. I mean, if that's the look you like, that's great. I'm not criticizing that. But for me, I can't do it. So, I mean, I know it might be a little bit calculated to some of you, but this is the way I like it. I remember back in the day when we used to use that tinsel garland on the tree. We actually used to use paper clips to attach it so that it would kind of make boxes on the tree. So it's not something new that, you know, this has been for always that I've been trying to get our Christmas trees to look as good as they possibly could. All right, next thing is I added in pieces of this ribbon. So what I did was I cut it to 30-inch pieces, and then I did a loop, and I tied it in with floral wire into the stem. Sometimes I use the stem itself, and then I just loop it out here, as you see, and I use the branch again to lock it in. And then the piece that's remaining, what I do is I wind it in, and then I pull the end out, so it kind of looks like it has this little bit of a fancy edge. And then I just, you know, randomly put that throughout the tree. So we're now ready for the ornaments, and I'm going to be placing the big ornaments in first. All right, so you see I started putting on the silver, they're mostly balls. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to add in these really beautiful crystal ornaments here. And they're hard to see actually on the tree, but they do glisten. When the light's on, you do get to see them. Okay, so here is the finished product. I zoomed ahead because the video was getting a little bit too long. As you can see, I added in those crystal ornaments, and then I put in some white ficus leaves, a lot of
icicles, and I added in those icy blue, what Marianne calls the Caribbean blue ornaments that just also enhance that icy look. We need something for that, all that white and silver to bounce off of, and the blue is really nice. So here again, here is the view of the tree in the family room on a snowy afternoon. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment. You know I love hearing from you, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Take care, everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.